Anytime a car company brings back a model after a long hiatus, the reviews are always mixed. I mean, we saw this with the Toyota Supra, the Ford Bronco, Acura Integra, the GMC Hummer, the list goes on. And now Honda is following suit with the Prelude. It's been about 25 years since the last generation debuted. Japanese models of the Prelude went on sale in September of this year, and now reviews are starting to trickle in. And I think the problem doesn't necessarily come down to looks, although I will talk about that later in this video, but rather performance. Because when you're refreshing a sports car, people expect it to drive and handle like a sports car. Now, for the most part, the 5th generation Honda Prelude was well received. Picking up one of these in a manual was fun to drive thanks to its sharp handling and that legendary VTEC engine. This brings me to the 2026 Honda Prelude, which takes on a hybrid powertrain, the same one found in the Civic Hybrid. Now, this makes 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. If you're wondering, the 1999 Honda Prelude had a 2.2-liter four-cylinder making 200 horsepower, so identical horsepower numbers 25 years later. And I realize these are just stats on a piece of paper, but you kind of expect a power boost 25 years later, especially in a sports car. Compare this with the 5th generation Supra. When this debuted, reviews were mixed, especially from the purists who didn't like how Toyota partnered with BMW when developing the car. But you can't deny that B58 engine. 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 making 382 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque. I know Honda probably wouldn't have done something this aggressive, but hey, why not at least throw the Civic Type R engine in this new Prelude? You know, the one that makes 315 horsepower. The B58 Toyota engine also has significant tuning capabilities, allowing for substantial increases with ECU flashes and bolt-on mods. But why does all of this matter? Well, what makes these cars so special is the community around them. At the end of the day, sports cars make up a small part of the market, and they aren't really going to move the needle in terms of sales. These cars should be made with the driver in mind, and when you throw the same engine in a new Prelude found in the Civic Hybrid, it's just not providing any value to the target consumer who would usually buy the car. I still don't know how I feel about the looks of this new Prelude. The previous generation had this like iconic nose, it just kind of stretched forever, and this one, the front of it just kind of looks smushed to me. I will say the back kind of reminds me of a Porsche 911 GTS, especially with these taillights and the curved rear windshield. I know I probably just offended every Porsche 911 owner by comparing their car to a Honda, but that's just what I see. So this raises an interesting question. I mean, who is this car for? Honda hasn't released any official numbers yet, but I've seen some figures saying that pricing might start around $42,000 for this new Prelude. Keep in mind the Honda Civic Type R starts at around $47,000 and comes with 315 horsepower. Would you pay this kind of money for a sports car that doesn't really perform like a sports car? Because I think the better option is to just buy a used Civic Type R. You know, that's a couple of years old, you'll pay less and get a fun car to drive.